Welcome back to the Richie Rich Chemist. In one of our past episodes, we discussed career opportunities as an R&D specialist in the paint industry. Well, today, let's look at the colorful side of it and talk about a chemistry career as a color expert. Let me introduce you to Robin Cutinho, color expert at BASF Middle East Division. So welcome, Robin. Can you tell us what is BASF and what are the roles for chemistry graduates in the paint industry?
BASF is a chemical company spread across 190 countries dealing with products in plastics, performance chemicals, agrochemicals, serving the sectors like automotive, construction, electronic, energy, home care, nutrition, packaging, pharma, plastics, paints, etc. All these sectors, they have their R&D also, and they have their quality control team. Chemists can find career in both these. In paints, we have two types of paints. One is OEM paint, that is a new production car, and the paints that are supplied once car launched into the market, and we call it as refinish paints. I am part of refinish paints, which is a technical team. We do develop some of the colors for our special clients. I developed a special gold color for the Dubai Metro.
That's interesting. So can you run us through your career journey at BASF so far?
All these past 13 years of my career, I've been associated with BASF. I started my journey back in Mangalore in India. BASF had called in the campus interview, and they do this every year. I joined in as a color specialist. I was there for 10 years, involved in different projects. We used to develop colors for the German lab as well as France lab. And then BASF Middle East absorbed me here. I visit many of the GCC countries and I give them trainings on colors. We have Mercedes, BMW, we have Jaguar, Land Rover. They are our main customers. So repainting a car it's actually a challenging one because they'll have to do a lot of research to match the color first, and for that they need to know the pigment.
13 years in the same company, that does not happen very often these days. When you look at some of your friends who've jumped companies, do you think that staying back in the same company for a person is a good way to scale up?
I do see two different prospects when I see my career path. One is knowledge enhancement and second is the career enhancement. If your current company is giving you that every year, continuing in the same industry, there is a larger scope. We get to visit different countries and we have different job roles within our companies.
So what does it mean to be a color specialist and what does your business as usual look like?
As a color specialist, we visit different customers and we do see what is the progress that they do with our paint and do they have any issues. Each customer get the color training and the software training. So this has been repeated every 6 months. And the second is the customer support, wherein we visit them and we give them color support.
So most people assume that a Ph.D. is required to be successful in a chemical industry. Since you haven't done a Ph.D. and you joined immediately after your MSc, what has been your experience?
I have a lot of my colleagues working as well as doing their PhD. So what happens is when you join an industry, you work and then you go for the PhD, you will have added advantage to the current job level also, and that can boost your career. You are more in a position to choose the topic that is relevant to your job than to have a PhD and then aspire for a career.
So largely you see people joining, any available guide. Probably that's one of the reasons why we have so many PhDs today who are not able to find jobs relevant to the industry.
Exactly.
What are the other skills required to be successful in this career and how did you develop those skills?
What the organization sees from a post-graduation is the skill set. Without our awareness, we do develop certain skills that is an added advantage.
As a student, I would wonder why was it required to keep that record and repeat the same thing all over again. But I believe over the period of time, you subconsciously have that aptitude for recording everything, the systematic analysis. The whole process makes you think logically.
Yeah. The way you keep your records, you maintain your reports and present your reports, and also the way that we involve with our clients, our communication, our way of reporting, our way of writing the mails to the customers, that also defines quality that we bring in.
What are some of the advantages and the challenges of being in the paint industry?
Paint industry is very widely spread throughout the globe, wherein if you come to India, we have very limited paint suppliers and the jobs and the career in the automotive sector is limited. But then when you come out to the Europe and the Middle East, we see a huge amount of growth. Not many people, over here, they would prefer these kind of jobs. We Indians are well accustomed with the body shop kind of lifestyle. We can talk to people. The communication is much better compared to many of the other nationalities. Disadvantages, again, I feel in the curriculum, very less exposure, to learn about these. That's what makes students, not to opt for these kind of industries. BASF gives a lot of importance to the individual development. 8 hours of work, so that's very important. Work-life balance to take care of the educational excellence as well as the career excellence. Also given me a lot of opportunities in the job role that I've taken.
As you're senior in college, I do know that you were actively involved not just in curricular but also extracurricular activities. Did that help you in your career trajectory?
Those days were actually different, yeah. And when you join a company, there is a cultural shock happening. For most of us, there are certain things you got to unlearn and there are certain things you got to learn afresh. The kind of management skills that you develop in your college days, those will help a lot, especially in terms of communication, in terms of the rapport building, in terms of the team building. When you join an industry, you got to coordinate with your team. You got to align with your manager, align with your co-employees. Every bit of things that we do, it is noticed by someone.
What are some of the key skill sets that a person aspiring to get into this career should develop?
Project management is one of the main skill set. It's not what we do that is very important. It's how we do. One is the consistency of your work, and second is punctuality, teamwork, and professionalism.
That's a key transferable skill. Consistency is the basis of all the chemical experiments that we do, reproducible and repetitive results. Both of us were Richard Sir students. What is that one attribute of Richard Sir that stands out to you even to this day?
Wow, he's an ocean, yeah. I do remember, some of the examples. They are normal life experiences, filling up of the atomic orbital. And Richard Sir used to say, remember that you go in a bus, and which are the first seat that you occupy? It is the window seat, right? Same that of filling up of the atomic orbital. Things like that, he used to make chemistry just a day-to-day life. And he used to bring in his own examples. He doesn't take curriculum just as curriculum. He takes curriculum as life. Every time he makes the student feel comfortable.
Thank you, Robin. I'm sure the audience listening have been inspired by your words. Has this video thrown some light into newer career opportunities that you hadn't heard of before? Let me know in the comments. And of course, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. I will see you soon with yet another interesting career through basic science. Until then, stay hungry, stay informed.